Welcome back to Conservative Domain, and for this video, we will be discussing the recent Alex Jones situation. He's been banned on platforms such as YouTube and Facebook, and also the Apple App Store. And really, he's been banned on everything except Twitter and Instagram, I believe. So in this video, we're just going to discuss, if this is really legal, if this violates free speech, and is it right?
Yeah, about the whole, AJ situation, him getting off the platform because of higher powers that be, right? Because YouTube took him off. Obviously, if you guys haven't noticed, he's no longer on YouTube anymore. InfoWars is gone. I do believe even his backup channel's gone. Um, yeah, I think it's kind of wrong that they took him off. Freedom of speech, right? They, a lot of people call AJ a conspiracy theorist, and what a better way to prove his point right than by deplatforming him on every single major platform regarding
Yeah,
social media.
like he says that Google and Twitter are shadow banning conservatives, and they try to deny it, but then what happens? He gets shadow banned.
Exactly. So it
So
doesn't
they're
really
really
bode
just
well.
proving his point with this.
Yeah. Like the shadow banning of people, like, let's face it, every single person is human. Humans have their own agendas, regardless if it's good or bad. Google
And
employees.
speaking of that, we just said they're humans. I don't know if you've ever read George Orwell's 1984.
I've heard of it, never read it though.
Well, in it, there's something called like making someone an unperson, which is basically when you take away someone's like public form, like their freedom of speech, or I shouldn't say that, but like their speech to other people, so people can hear what they're saying. They're basically taking that away from Alex Jones and making him an unperson, making him non-existent. That's what they're trying to do.
Like a nobody. I get you, like some sort of like operation or something, like a CIA op. um, yeah, like the shadow banning, is it's obviously there. They might deny it,
Okay,
but it's there.
so this isn't part of the video, but that's actually what they're doing though. Like they're actually making Alex Jones
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by for some technical difficulties.
that record.
Yeah,
Okay, so let me know when it's recording again.
yeah, it's recording again.
Okay,
I'm just
so
gonna record the whole thing and then edit it.
okay, what was I saying? Yeah, so them taking away Alex Jones like public forum is making him an unperson. They don't want to hear what he has to say. I don't care if you agree with Alex Jones. I know some of the things he says pretty out there. And the thing is, I hate CNN. I hate MSNBC. I despise them. I think they're to the point where they're actually dangerous how much they lie. But I don't think they should be banned either. I think they do have a right to freedom of speech, and if
Yeah,
people want to listen to them, then they can listen to them.
exactly.
Same thing with Alex Jones. Like, I actually do watch Alex Jones, or I did when he was still on YouTube, and now I can't unless I want to go to the Infowars website. But still, it's much easier just like look on YouTube instead of having to just look on the Infowars app on my phone, which I don't even have. So I would have to go to the website.
Yeah, just in today's modern era of connectivity and stuff, and social media and video sharing, the number one video sharing platform is undisputedly YouTube.com, which is a subsidiary of Alphabet Incorporated, which is the owner of Google, right? So pretty much, if you want to get exposure to a mass audience across the interwebs and across countries and borders, it's basically gonna boil down to YouTube as your primary source um, of promotion, I guess you could say, for your videos and ideals and so forth and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. Like no one's going to use like Vimeo, which just shut down. YouTube has a monopoly on the video sharing platform,
Yeah,
like for people
exactly.
to just upload videos. So if Alex Jones is banned on YouTube, he can use Twitter, but that's not the same. You don't upload like full length videos to Twitter and have people watch them. So
Yeah,
now, and the thing is, Alex Jones was right about a lot of things. Like I know, like it's a meme, like putting water that turn the freaking frogs. Yeah, that's a meme, but it actually is true. There are chemicals in the water that do affect frogs.
yeah. Like at this point, it's just a big joke. I don't think a lot of the people realize that the meme is actually true. Like meme magic is
Yeah,
real, ladies and gentlemen. Look that shit up, and you'll see that indeed AJ was right about that. There's been studies done.
yeah.
not necessarily gay, but more like transgender.
Yeah, like something that was really considered to be a conspiracy theory has turned out to be true. And when people ask you how many of your conspiracy theories are true, you can just say none of them. It's not a conspiracy theory if it's true.
Yeah, you see right there. Like, if it's true, is it really a conspiracy theory? You know, like,
And also, if it, let's say someone makes up a conspiracy theory that, or not even make up, let's just take the lizard theory, for example. Like, if someone wants to believe that, go right ahead, but it doesn't mean you should censor them, even though it's obviously not true.
yeah, like I don't know if you saw the video or remember when this happened when AJ infiltrated the Bohemian Grove with the whole video that he brought out back like in what like their late early 2000s, I think.
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, it was. He was basically saying back in the day, like, oh, there's like this group of people that meet up in the forest and they do these weirdo things, blah blah blah. You know, no
Yeah,
one believed them. And then he goes out there and like at night and infiltrates all that shit, and then, like he gets footage of all of it, and it's like,
yeah, a lot of these at this point aren't even conspiracy theories. Like, we know about the Bilderberg group, we know what they're doing, basically the New World Order. We know there's a lot of groups like this that do exist, and they are doing things politically, not just in the United States, but in the entire world. Soros is a big part of it.
oh yeah,
Yeah. And recently with Pizzagate, whether you want to believe that or not, there are some weird things going on. Like, why would they be so involved with a pizza restaurant in DC?
yeah.
So even if it's not Pizzagate necessarily, it could be something else, maybe money laundering. You don't know what's going on with this, and to just deplatform someone because they're onto you for something is really just shows that there is something going on there that we don't know about.
I mean, you know, like with any type of authority in our lives, there's always something going on behind the scenes. I mean, I used to be part of a leadership group back in my school, and we knew things that the other people didn't. We weren't supposed to tell them. So there you go, and that's just some low level school crap. Imagine like the high levels of government. You know what aren't they telling you?
Yeah, because I don't think if you're a Republican or Democrat, you know there's stuff the government isn't telling you. That's a pretty much a fact. But then there's always people who do look into this. They look into files, they look into paperwork, and try to find out what's going on. And obviously, if it's so hidden, the government doesn't want you to find out. And I don't know if you agree with me on this, but I think Google has every idea what's going on. The government tells them what's going on. And then when Google sees that Alex Jones is trying to expose this, that's when they step in with Facebook, with Twitter, with all these social medias to try to censor him.
You know, I don't know necessarily if Google knows everything behind the scenes, like with the government and all that stuff, like NWO type stuff like that. I don't necessarily think they know
Neither do
everything,
I, but I
but
probably
I
I'd
do
bet that
believe
they
they have a
do.
huge information pool on certain aspects of like different branches of everything in life. You know, no doubt they are working on military projects like deep AI thinking, learning, whatever the hell they call it, or AI weapon systems. So they're in the know, definitely for sure. Plus, like
Definitely.
I think that if the government doesn't like censorship, you know, like in China, China makes Google block a lot of websites. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they
Same
already
with
do
North
something.
Korea.
Yeah,
So ban any websites legally here unless like it's an illegal website. And Infowars is not an illegal website. So what they just had them do is just censor him. And now we're just getting back to the point: is this okay since they're a really a private company, even though they're technically a public company since they're on the stock market, to just censor whoever they want for no reason because they claim he broke the guidelines, but I don't know what guidelines he broke.
yeah. I mean, if you're going by guidelines, listen, there's like a lot of left-leaning people that have broken guidelines before, and they're still up there. You know, it's
Yeah,
yeah. It's kind of the hypocrisy is running wild amongst the social spheres.
exactly. Like, let's say BuzzFeed decided to say that Trump is a murderer. He was going around saying they're going around saying Trump is a murderer. Then they wouldn't get banned. They wouldn't get censored at all. They would just let them say that because it fits their agenda.
Exactly. Like, man, like I don't even know how BuzzFeed became like so popular. Like, 3 years ago,
I know
I didn't even
plenty
know
of
what the hell what BuzzFeed was. Sounds like a, I don't know, like a haircut you get or something, like a $5 special.
Like I even know a lot of liberals. Like I know people like pretty far to the left who don't even like BuzzFeed.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of view it more like it's a tabloid type of website.
Yeah,
I mean, some I know they have a big YouTube following except for some of the shit they do.
yeah.
Which I
Like
mean,
they do some non-political things, but it's mostly just like stupid things.
like the type of stuff I like from their channel is just like the mysterious, spooky stuff. Like the paranormal stuff, all the urban myths and legends, and I'm like into that.
Yeah. I don't even give them any views. I just don't like to support them.
Yeah,
Like I just don't want to give them any money. I will watch a CNN video. Like if it's something that like there's no commentary, I'll watch it. But I try to like say to Fox News to watch something like, let's say Trump gives a speech and there's like no commentary over it. I'd rather watch it on Fox because I'd rather give them views than CNN or MSNBC.
yeah.
And if Infowars was doing that, I'd like to give Infowars views since they need money more than a company like Fox or CNN or even BuzzFeed, because all these media outlets owned by a few billionaires who the entire media for the entirety of the USA and even in Europe and Australia.
I mean, I know a lot of people say, and then I say this too. It's good to keep an open mind with different news sources. Don't only just watch one. But like, especially in today's day and age, from what I go like on, I don't know, CNN, right, for an example, it's usually the same old BS, right? And I'm like, why am I gonna give them a chance if it's just like this fucking skewed all the time? Like, am I expecting a different opinion to come out of them every day? It's like, oh, blah 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 blah, this, blah 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 blah, that, and I'm just like, wait a minute, this horse shit, like, come on.
Because I know plenty of people that defend CNN. And the thing is, you can agree with their opinions, but they've been caught so many times like doing things wrong, like getting news stories wrong, that you can't
Yeah,
defend them at that point. They're saying the Don Jr. meeting, they got the date wrong on that, whether that was on purpose or not. I believe it was. Times when they had people like really saying the truth, they apparently there was a satellite issue multiple times when that happened.
oh, I remember this beautiful story
Satellite issue.
when I think it was Bernie Sanders was up on CNN and he made a fake news joke, and as soon as he said a fake news joke, they took it the wrong way, and they're like, "Oh, we're having satellite issues, folks. Looks like we lost
That's not even
connection."
the only time. Also, another time, something like not as big of a deal, but like they were saying, okay, I'm across the world, and someone's at like the CNN headquarters, and they were both in a parking lot, and they knew they were lying about that because they were obviously in the same parking lot. The cars were driving by both same cars. I don't know if you ever heard about that.
Um, are you talking about the one where they had like a congresswoman, quote unquote, live, but then on another show she was live also? So it was kind of like,
Well, that was actually a different one. Those are two different stories.
oh, I
So
don't know
it's
which one
two
you're talking
different.
about then.
And then there was last year on Thanksgiving with Morning Joe. Like they said it was live. Like that story is that no one's going to be like hurt by it. It's not like telling people to beat up Trump supporters, but it just shows you how dishonest the media is. It's not even something that's political at that point. They just have a habit of lying.
I mean, yeah, the media, for lack of better terms, me being uh, pretty much, well, me from YouTube, right? So I've been around the block when it comes to media sites like YouTube and stuff like that. For lack of better terms, like these big media corporations are clickbaiters, view whores. They'll just put a nice,
Definitely.
nice, attractive title like Trump's a baby killer, racist, deporting, fascist, Nazi regime holder, live, exclusive with I don't know, Hillary Clinton, I guess. I mean, like, there's a lot of
Well,
clickbait, man.
they just want Ocasio Cortez on.
Oh yeah, the new
Like there's so much we could discuss about this, but really the main point of this is just to talk about Alex Jones, and we had to go into like a background of what the media is actually doing right now and why they are definitely involved in censoring Alex Jones. Like I don't care what people say. I know they had something to do with it. They don't like that Infowars is really getting people to watch them instead of CNN or MSNBC.
Yeah, I mean, look, the major media corporations, they want you to keep watching them at all times, because it's a control thing and it's a money thing. It's kind of like the same way we see hit pieces on video games. Video games are bad for your children. Video games cause mass murders. I think it's all kind of all intertwined. It's just the TV corporations trying to get you off from alternative media in order to get you in their stronghold.
Exactly. Since the internet has gotten so popular in the past 10 years, 10, 15 years, they've been losing a lot of views. Not even just media, TV shows like with Netflix has been getting a lot more popular. So it really is all a giant conspiracy, like to get them more views. I don't even know if Google, for political reasons, I'm sure that is a big part of it, is CNN and MSN were involved in some organization with them to have InfoWars to other far feed Vox or just go to mainstream media.
Yeah, everybody, we're kind of having some connectivity issues here, so I apologize in advance if some of the audio gets cut off, but that's technology for you. Can't always be perfect 100% of the time. Yeah, about. I don't think he's gonna come back to the platform at all. I just don't think YouTube's gonna stand for it at this point. Simply because of what's been happening. It hasn't only been YouTube. I think Facebook, I think Twitter recently got him off, right? And just like a whole bunch of other websites. And I also heard, I don't know if it was a rumor or a real news story. I didn't click on it because I wasn't going to click on that article. Supposedly, like his website domain company, the people you pay for the domain name, apparently they don't want to accept payments or something from Jones anymore, so they might ban his website now, which just seems freaking absurd.
Still has InfoWars, but what if he loses InfoWars? Then he'll have Twitter, but what if he gets banned on Twitter and Instagram?
Yeah, exactly.
Everything.
It's like,
then that's really making him an person. And George Orwell pretty much warned us about this in his book 1984. I actually read it myself. I've heard a lot about it. I think I'm going to, like, after all that's going on and all the comparisons made to it, I think I will go on Amazon now. I really shouldn't be ordering things from Amazon because they're involved in this also. And just like read 1984, see how many comparisons I can make to what George Orwell predicted and what's actually going on.
Yeah, like you said, you really shouldn't be buying from Amazon, but it's just the convenience. And when they become that ingrained in our life, it's kind of hard not to use them. It's like if I told you, if you want to watch a video, don't go on YouTube. Go to another website. What are your alternatives?
So, thank you for watching Conservative Domain. Let me know your thoughts about the Alex Jones situation in the comments. And if you like the video, subscribe and have a good one. Bye.